Welcome to Field 205, Political Concept Ideas. Study Section 1. The nature of political concepts and ideas. Introduction. This study section will examine the meaning and types of political concepts and ideas. We will also observe characteristics of political concepts and explain the meaning of political ideology. Learning outcomes. When you have studied this section, you should be able to define the term concepts and ideas, highlight types of political concepts or ideas, identify the characteristics of political concepts, discuss political ideology. Concepts and ideas. Concepts and ideas are often used interchangeably. The Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary describes a concept as an idea or a principle connected with something abstract. For example, the concept of social class or goodness. Although concepts may be about an idea or a principle, it is not the case that concepts are all about abstract things. Alexandra Getmanova provides a concrete dimension of a concept. According to him, a concept is the reflection of concrete objects and their properties using forms of sensory cognition, sensation, perception, and representation. For example, we sense the properties of an orange as being its round shape, its orange color, its sweet taste, and its aroma. We can therefore say that a concept reflects the substantive features of an object. What we say about a concept can also be said about an idea. We can have an idea of anything when we engage in some form of reflection on what is presented to us, either through experience, reason, or intuition. Although concepts and ideas are used interchangeably or synonymously, ideas seems to be wider than concepts. For example, we can have an idea of a peaceful society. It may be untidy to talk about the concept of a peaceful society. Rather, one can talk about the concept of peace, the concept of society, the idea of peace, and the idea of society. It may be said that concepts are atomic, while ideas are both atomic and compound. Types of concepts. We can identify 4 pairs of concepts, namely concrete and abstract concepts, relative and non-relative concepts, positive and negative concepts, and collective and non-collective concepts. Concrete and abstract concepts. Concrete concepts are those which reflect ideas of individual objects or classes of objects which could be material or ideal. Examples are house, car, witness, Jaja of Okpombo, earthquake, man, etc. Abstract concepts do not refer to an entire object, but only refers to any of its features taken in isolation from the entire object. Examples are whiteness, justice, honesty, beauty, and so forth. Although we talk about white clothes, honest persons, beautiful houses, and so forth, but whiteness, honesty, and beauty do not exist by themselves and cannot be perceived directly, but only as qualities of specific objects. Furthermore, abstract objects may reflect relations between objects. Such relations may include inequality, similarity, identity, and resemblance. Relative and non-relative concepts. Relative concepts refer to those objects where the existence of one object presupposes the existence of another. For example, children, parents, husband, wife, pupil, teacher, and I, low. Non-relative concepts are those whose existence do not presuppose the existence of other objects. They can be said to exist independently of other external objects. Examples are tables, man, village, and car. The main reason for their being non-relative is that they can make meaning without attaching other objects to them. Positive and negative concepts. Positive concepts are used to describe or affirm the presence of a quality or relation in an object. Examples are a literate person, greed, backward, pupil, brilliance, and exploiter. According to Jetmanova, concepts like greed and exploiter are positive because they signify the presence of certain attributes, even if these attributes elicit ill and repugnant feeling among the hearers. The reason is that the logical nature of a concept does not always coincide with the assessment of objects reflected in the concept, whether in terms of economic, moral, and other values. Negative concepts simply indicate the absence or non-presence of certain qualities or attributes in certain objects. Examples are irrational person, illiterate person, non-entity, and so forth. Collective and non-collective concepts. Collective concepts attempt to regard a group of homogeneous objects as a single whole. Examples are team, regiments, flock, swine, congregation, herd, forest, and so forth. Accordingly, the content of a collective concept cannot be attributed to each of the elements which make up the extent of the concept in question. For example, it would be ridiculous to say that a tree is a forest, a player is a team, a pig is a swine, and that a sheep is a fleet. Non-collective concepts have their contents attributed to each separate object in a given class as belonging to it. For example, we can talk about river, plants, house, making meaning on their own. Features that constitute the nature of a political concept. Having sufficiently understood the meaning of concepts and ideas and their types, we shall now focus on features that constitute political concepts. Political concepts constituting part of the general class of concepts are derived from politics, political environments, political theorizing, and social and political philosophy. These political concepts include, but not limited to, concepts like democracy, power, justice, the state, sovereignty, authority, rights, and duties. We can identify the following characteristics or features of political concepts. 1. A political concept, such as justice, is an abstract idea, not a concrete thing. The concept of justice signifies an idea about how society should be organized in such a way that everybody or majority will feel fulfilled and happy. 2. Political concepts are context-dependent and rule-following. This means that political concepts cannot exist outside a social context of use. They are rule-following because this concept occurs in the game of politics. The game of politics also has its own rules, just as we have in any game. 3. Political concepts, according to Oke, are tools for solving problems which arise in the course of our relationship with the political world around us. These political concepts enhance our understanding of political situation and how to deal with such situations which vary from time to time. 4. Political concepts are interrelated. This means that the analysis of a particular political concept, say power, dovetails into the meaning of other concepts such as authority. 5. Political concepts serve as tools for political communication. They are also historical in the sense of being able to trace how they came into use through political activities. 6. Political concepts serve as the basis for political theories. In fact, they provide the substructure on which the superstructure of politics rests. Political ideology. An ideology is a value or belief system accepted as fact or truth by some group, but the term is derived from ideas that are logically related. Political ideology is composed of those principles or values that lend legitimacy to political institutions and behavior. People are always passionate about political ideology. Such ideologies include Marxism, socialism, capitalism, and communism. Study section summary. In this study section, we discuss concepts and ideas, showing that the two terms are used interchangeably. Even though ideas are wider than concepts, we also discuss 4 major types of pairs of concepts and the characteristics of political concepts. We also explain the meaning of political ideology. End of study section 1. Thanks for listening.